Hello and welcome to this app demo for integrated dropshipping IDAConnect. This is to integrate between IDAConnect and your Shopify store. Conceptually, this is what the integration does for you. So you take your Seller Center account and your Shopify store. You imagine we have a blue t-shirt on both, and as you can see at the moment, the inventory is out of whack because we keep it updated manually. So we introduce IDAConnect into the middle, and what we're going to be doing is integrating it with your Seller Center account. So the first thing we do is we synchronize stock levels for you. So the stock level of 5 is sent across, as you can see, and updated on Seller Center to 5, and we keep that updated in real time. Next, imagine the order come in. So the next thing we do is we keep the orders in sync, and the way we do that is we create orders in your Shopify store for you. So you can imagine this order's just come in for one t-shirt, and we synchronize that with, and we create that order in your Shopify store for you. Now we create it by default using the item price, and you can see here there's actually a paid price as well on Seller Center or on IDAConnect. There could be a voucher that's used. You've got an option in the settings for IDAConnect to choose which one of those that you would like to use. So you can either use the item or the paid price. Next thing we do is we update the inventory. So you can see the inventory level for the blue t-shirt's been updated by to 4. That's done as soon as the order is created in Shopify. And then that is synchronized automatically over to Seller Center. So you can see Seller Center is now updated to 4. The final step is once the order is fulfilled in Shopify, we automatically pick that up and we send that back to Seller Center. So you can see there, it just completes the picture and automates that whole process for you. It takes about 80% of the manual work that you need to do when you're selling on the IDAConnect through Seller Center, and just automates it for you. Alright, so how about we jump in and actually do a live demo, and you can see this working. Alright, so I'm here in my test store for Shopify, and we're going to integrate using IDAConnect. So I'm here at the Shiny Button Labs IDAConnect IDAConnect page, and we're going to scroll down and we're going to start our free trial. So we click on the button there, and it takes us off to Shopify, and the first thing we need to do is install the app. The app is currently unlisted. We are working with Shopify to get it listed, but for the moment, if you just click the install unlisted app, that'll then go away and authorize the installation of the app. The next step is to choose a billing plan. So we've got the 3 different plans here. You can choose which one you'd like to go with based on the information there. Now all the billing is done through your Shopify store, so it's just integrated billing for you. You don't need to worry about setting up any separate charges. So on this page we need to approve the charge. So as you look down, 14-day free trial to start with. This is the amount we'll be charging. If you're happy with that, you can just start the free trial. And the next step is to connect your IDAConnect Seller Center store. So you can see the instructions here on how to do it. So if you just follow these instructions, log into your Seller Center account, and then install, create the API user, API key, paste them back into here, and just hit connect. And that brings us to the dashboard. So just a couple of more configuration things you can do. So for each of the connectors, there's a few configuration settings you can go through, and you can see that we haven't enabled sync yet. So the last thing is to enable sync, and then the process will run to start the synchronization. So on the IDAConnect settings, you can come in and change. You're allowed to, so you can add a reserved stocked amount. So you can say if you want to reserve 2, what that means, if you've got 10 items, we'll synchronize the stock level of 8, for instance. So we'll take 2 off every stock level. It just makes it a bit safer to run your inventory if you're selling in multiple places. Default carrier, so you need to have your carrier set up so that the carrier that you're adding into Shopify needs to match into Seller Center. If you've got problems adding that to Seller Center, please use the Seller Center Help Center, and the Seller Center people will be able to help you get that configured. So if you only use one carrier, you can add it here as your default carrier. Otherwise, you need to make sure any carrier that you have in Shopify matches the one in Seller Center. Then we've got a fulfillment status, so you can choose which status you want it to go into, if you want it to go ready to ship or to shipped. Like I mentioned before, you can configure which price that you use, the item price or the order price. You also got an option here to add an iconic line item. So this will add a line item to each iconic order it's coming through that says iconic, and it's useful for people at the warehouse to realize it's an iconic order. That's it, you just update it and you got control over which of the syncs run there. Alright, we'll just go back and have a look at the Shopify settings. So if we go into here, so we can add shipping methods to the order. So this adds a shipping line with this particular method. So you can add one method, and then if you wanted to add a second method based on country, so say you ship to New Zealand and you use an international one, you can change the shipping method here using this example here. You can tick this to, you can untick this to, so everything comes tax included in the order price. If you don't want it to be tax included, you can untick that. You can include a free shipping line on the order. And finally, there's a commission rate. So you can actually have the Iconic's commission rate removed from the order item as we create the orders in Shopify for you. So that's it. Just have those few settings, and then we're just going to enable the sync, and the sync will start in the background as soon as it's enabled. And once the sync is run, you'll see the status here. Once you see the inventory sync finished, you're pretty much ready to go, and orders will start to come in as they come in. So over here, you'll see the statistics. You've got match SKUs, so we've got 2 match SKUs between the SKU. So the match SKU is a SKU that's on Iconic that we match into Shopify. If you've got an unmatched SKU, which is a product listed on Iconic where we can't match it, they'll be here, and there's also a button where you can go and see a list of all the unmatched SKUs and go and fix them up. Finally, when you synchronize an order, so if we go over to orders, you can see those new orders will come in, and let's fulfill an order. Then you'll see it synchronize over. So we go into the order. Sorry, there's a bunch of test order. Let's just mark it as fulfilled. So you'd add the tracking number in there, and then carrier. Again, you've got to make sure the carriers match, otherwise the fulfillment sync won't work. So you just need to make sure Australia Post is listed as, or Oz Post is listed as a carrier type in your Seller Center account. Alright, so now that's done, we can see the fulfillment sync has completed and has sent fulfillments up to the Iconic. So that's it for the demo. Just click on the Start Your Free Trial and get the integration working for you.